we learned that a man has been now indicted in a deadly shooting that happened at the Vibes Restaurant and Lounge on Derby Eve, the night before the Kentucky Derby. A grand jury has indicted Ronnie O'Bannon on murder charges and tampering with evidence.
Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man, so let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Jack Harlow. Now, Jack Harlow is an MC from Kentucky, Louisville to be exact. Now, Louisville, Kentucky is actually putting some rappers in the game right now. And Jack Harlow's career has stood the test of time so far, man. Ever since he cracked the XXL freshman cover, it seems like it's been all up, man. He got a shoe deal. It's been going well. But then the Kentucky Derby this year comes around. And you would think this would be a great experience and time for Jack Harlow because he's from Louisville, Kentucky, where the Kentucky Derby takes place. But no, man, there was a shooting. There was a murder trial. There's a murder case pending, and man, things are going all bad. Now, Jack Harlow's DJ is on the chopping block, and it looks like, man, they bringing down indictment time for him. Now, before we get into the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Jack Harlow. And specifically, let's talk about Jack Harlow's DJ and this charge that he just got indicted with. Now, we're going to be using the local ABC affiliate there in Louisville. And basically, they posted a report, it's a report. It's a news story. And it said this, man. The headline says, Jack Harlow's DJ charged in fatal shooting at Louisville nightclub. Now, it continues to say, Ronnie Tyshon O'Bannon has been charged with murder and tampering with physical evidence. Now, the story doesn't end there. It's a weird combination of things that happened in the past and what took place a couple of weeks ago during the Kentucky Derby weekend. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Kentucky Derby is an amazing event, man. It's like one of those big-time, old-fashioned events that's taken place forever, and it's like historic. It's got a lot of history. So Jack Harlow taking an integral part in being a part of the Kentucky Derby and him being a rap star from Louisville, that is a match made in heaven, right? Well, things went all bad, man, when a shooting took place at a place called the Vibes Restaurant Ultra Lounge that Derby weekend, right? Now, what I'm going to do is, man, let's go and look at the exact story and talk about what's going on and why this shooting ties back to Jack Harlow and specifically his DJ, Ronnie Lucciano. Now, the story starts off and says, a member of Jack Harlow's Private Garden Collective is accused of killing Kashmira Nash, a bartender fatally shot at Vibes Restaurant and Ultra Lounge on Derby weekend. Pause right there. Now, I want to say rest in peace to Kashmira Nash because I don't know her, but man, anytime you hear something like this, I don't know, man, it just hits you a little different. You know, a bartender working at her, doing her job, man, it's horrible, man. Okay. Now, the story continues to say, Ronnie Tyshon O'Bannon, known professionally as Ronnie Lucciano, has been charged with the murder and tampering with physical evidence in connection to the shooting early Saturday, May 1st. Now, I'm going to reference back to a video I did where I talked about the shooting, and I talked about Jack Harlow specifically. I said, man, Jack Harlow was standing on the couch looking to see what was going on. Now, at that time, I didn't know one of his close associates, one of his friends, was actually in the melee that took place. I thought he was a bystander that was just looking at the situation, but no, his DJ was actually in the thick of this, according to what the reports are saying. Now, the story continues to say this. It says, LMPD said officers responded to a call about the shooting at the nightclub at around 1:30 a.m. When officers arrived, they found one man injured and one woman dead. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office later identified the woman as Nash. Speaking to WAS-11, Nash's friend Brittany Black said she was flooded with calls from friends who witnessed the shooting. So Brittany Black is actually the friend of the bartender who lost her life. Now, Brittany Black is alleging that Nash was shot by a man they believe shot and killed her friend Torre Cortez Foray in August 2020. All right, let's stop there because we're gonna have to go back to another story. And a lot of people have done a good job of matching these things up, but just so you guys can get an understanding, this is what happened in August 2020. Now, there is a story from, a local news affiliate down there in Louisville, Kentucky, and it said this basically. The headline said, "Man identified as victim of fatal overnight shooting in Shively." Now, this story goes on to talk about a shooting that took place in Louisville, Kentucky as well. It says a 39-year-old man was identified as a victim of a fatal shooting in Louisville early Monday morning. Torre Foray died at 3:44 a.m. at the University of Louisville Hospital from a gunshot wound, according to Jefferson County Coroner's Office. The incident occurred at the exclusive nightclub on 7th Street Road. According to a statement released Tuesday by the Shively Police Department, Torre was shot during the incident and later died after being taken to the hospital, according to the statement. A woman was also shot, was injured, but is expected to recover. The shooting followed a fight that had taken place inside the club. The SPD statement said the subjects were removed from the inside of the club, but confronted each other outside before the victim were shot. Now, okay, that's the whole story about this gentleman, that it looks like the young lady Cash was, she was going at according to her friend's testimony, or her friend's story, that she was going at the DJ Luciano, man, because she thought that he took place in the murder and the shooting death of this gentleman by the name of Torre Foray. And it looks like he was a 39-year-old dude, man. He would have been 40 today. And it seemed like he got into an altercation that led outside and everybody got to shooting. And I mean, as much as I like drill rap, as much as I like all the hard artists in the industry, all the artists who are street dudes in the industry or whatnot, right? I hate the fact that dudes just cannot shoot a fair one anymore. Like, what in the world what kind of world you live in where cats just can't throw their ones? You know what I mean? Like, that used to be a big part about being a man. Like, dudes would fight back in the day, dudes would fight between work, in work situations, go back to work and have a beer after work, and that was it. There was no more to it. Nobody lost their life, especially a 39-year-old dude who just, man, what in the world are they fighting about? I mean, I don't know the intricate details about that situation, but I do know, man, that's senseless gun violence, and man, it's in hip hop, we gotta hope that it stops at some point, man. I know it gets glorified a little bit, and we all like the shooters, we all like them lyrics, but man, at some point that is detrimental to society as well. Now I'm gonna go back to the original report where it talked about, what witnesses seen. Now, what witnesses seen the night of the Jack Harlow shooting. That was just an idea of what took place the night that the young lady's friend had actually got shot. Now, witnesses told Black that Nash confronted the man who allegedly killed Foray when she saw him at the club. I think Nash may have reached out, hit him, or something physical happened, but he shot her. Black said he shot her in the club in front of hundreds of people, and he walked right out as if nothing happened. Rapper Jack Harlow was in attendance the night of the shooting, as several people tagged him in photos on social media. O'Bannon is Harlow's official DJ. Harlow was scheduled to call riders up at the 147th Kentucky Derby, but was replaced at the last second. Churchill Downs said Harlow's management told him he would not be able to make it. O'Bannon is expected to be arraigned at Jefferson Circuit Court Monday, May 17th. So it looks like he's going to be arraigned next Monday, and we'll see more about this case and about the details. But still, man, this is a sad situation altogether, man. You've got four people in the interactions with Jack Harlow's DJ that have allegedly been shot. Two of them have lost their lives, and man, nothing is more the better for it. You know what I mean? Sad situation altogether. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Jack Harlow's DJ had anything to do with this? Was he like, I mean, what kind of DJ is cutting, is like what DJ is turning tables and, in the club firing off or airing it out, man? It seems like counterproductive. You feel me? Or do you think that, man, nobody has a reason to be lying in this situation, and what it is what it is? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And, man, make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.